Help me reach 1,000 subscribes. Support the video with a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. I read every comment. Thanks. I never imagined betrayal would sound so quiet. Not screaming, not tears, not chaos. Just a phone vibrating on a hotel nightstand at 2:17 a.m. while I stood there staring at the ceiling, trying to slow my breathing. The night before my wedding. The night I was supposed to feel excitement, nerves, hope. Instead, I felt something hollow open inside my chest. My name is James. I'm 38, an operations manager, not dramatic by nature. I believe in routines, responsibility, and finishing what you start. That's how I approached my relationship with Elizabeth for years together. 2 engaged. We built something that looked solid from the outside. Friends admired us. Family trusted us. I trusted her. Elizabeth had a way of making everything feel intentional. She remembered small things. She planned ahead. She talked about forever like it was a practical decision, not a fantasy. When we argued, she framed it as growth. When things felt distant, she said it was stress, wedding planning stress, work stress, life stress. I believed her, because believing her was easier than questioning the woman I was about to marry. That evening, we stayed at separate hotels, tradition, and all that. One last night apart. Everyone said, I ordered room service, went over my vows, tried to sleep. I sent Elizabeth a simple message. Tomorrow's the big day. I love you. She replied a few minutes later. Love you too. See you at the altar. Nothing strange. Nothing off. If stories like this resonate with you, take a moment to like this video so it reaches others who might need to hear it. Around midnight, I woke up thirsty. I grabbed my phone to check the time and noticed a missed call from an unknown number. No voicemail. I ignored it. 10 minutes later, another call. Same number. I let it ring. Then a text appeared. James, I don't know how to say this, but you need to know before tomorrow. My stomach tightened. I stared at the screen, rereading it. I typed back, who is this? The reply came instantly. It's Daniel, Elizabeth's ex. I sat up in bed. Daniel. I knew the name. She'd mentioned him years ago, casually, like a closed chapter. Long distance. Didn't work out. No bad blood, just history. That's what she said. What do you want? I typed, I shouldn't be doing this, he wrote. But she was with me tonight. I didn't respond right away. My hands felt numb. My mind searched for explanations. Misunderstanding. Joke. Mistake. Anything that wasn't what it sounded like. With you, how? I asked. There was a pause. Then 3 dots. Then a message that changed everything. She came over. We talked. One thing led to another. She stayed the night. I stared at the wall across from the bed, noticing a small crack near the corner I'd never seen before. My chest felt tight, but I wasn't angry. Not yet. I felt strangely calm, like my body was protecting me from the impact. If you've ever been blindsided like this, comment below and share what went through your mind in that moment. I called Elizabeth. It went straight to voicemail. I called again. Same result. I sent a text. Are you with Daniel? No reply. I checked the time. 2:41 a.m. Daniel sent another message. I didn't know she was still going through with the wedding. She said things were complicated. I laughed softly. Complicated. For years reduced to a convenient word. Type clarity in the comments if you believe the truth always finds a way out, no matter how late it arrives. I didn't cry. I didn't punch anything. I got dressed. Jeans, shirt, shoes. I packed my bag carefully, folded my clothes the way I always did. I checked out of the hotel without explaining anything. The night air felt cold and sharp, like it was trying to wake me up. As I drove, my phone buzzed. A message from Elizabeth. Can we talk? I didn't reply. I kept driving, watching the city lights blur past. If you think someone you care about might need to hear this story, consider sharing it thoughtfully. I wasn't running. I was deciding. And by the time the sun started to rise, I knew one thing for certain. The wedding wasn't happening. But the story wasn't over. I drove until the city thinned into empty roads and open sky. I pulled into a rest stop just as dawn began to color the horizon. I sat there for a long time, hands on the steering wheel, replaying every moment I'd missed, every excuse I accepted, every time I chose peace over questions. The betrayal didn't feel explosive. It felt surgical, precise, like something carefully hidden until the last possible second. Elizabeth called again. This time I answered. "James," she said, her voice breaking. "Please don't hang up." "I won't," I replied calmly. My own voice surprised me. "Just tell me why." There was silence, then a shaky breath. "I didn't plan it. I swear. Daniel reached out last week. I thought I was over it. I just needed closure." "Closure the night before our wedding?" I asked. She cried then. Real crying. Apologies layered over excuses. Stress. Fear. Cold feet. She said it didn't mean anything. That it was a mistake. That she still wanted to marry me. I listened without interrupting. When she finished, I said, "You didn't make a mistake. You made a decision." She begged me to come back. To talk in person. To at least show up so we could explain to everyone together. I told her I wouldn't. I told her the wedding was off. I told her she needed to call her parents and mine. By mid-morning, my phone was flooded. Her mother, my sister, friends asking what happened. I didn't answer most of them. I sent one message to the group chat. "The wedding is canceled. Please respect our privacy." Elizabeth showed up at my apartment that afternoon. I hadn't been home yet. She waited on the stairs for hours, according to the neighbor. By the time I arrived, she was gone. There was a note taped to my door. 3 pages of apologies folded into a neat square. I didn't read it. I put it in a drawer and closed it. The fallout was messy. Deposits lost. Rumors spread. Some people sided with her, said I overreacted, said one night shouldn't erase years. Others told me I dodged a bullet. I didn't argue with either side. I focused on logistics. Canceling vendors. Returning gifts. Untangling lives. Elizabeth tried again weeks later. She said therapy had helped her understand herself. She wanted to talk. I agreed to meet in a public place. Coffee. Neutral ground. She looked smaller somehow. Tired. She said she loved me. That she always had. That fear made her self-destruct. I told her something I'd learned in the quiet after she left. Love doesn't sabotage. Love doesn't need one last look backward. Love doesn't betray and then ask for forgiveness as a favor. She asked if there was any chance. I said no, not because I hated her, not because I wanted revenge, but because I couldn't unknow what I knew. I couldn't build a future on a night that proved how fragile our foundation really was. We parted politely. Strangers with history. Months passed. Life stabilized. I slept better. I laughed more. The tension I'd mistaken for normal was gone. I started trusting my instincts again. I heard later that Elizabeth and Daniel tried again. It didn't last. I felt nothing when I found out. No satisfaction. No sadness. Just distance. People asked me if I regret canceling the wedding, if it was hard walking away so close to the finish line. I tell them the truth. The hard part wasn't leaving. The hard part would have been staying. Betrayal doesn't always come with chaos. Sometimes it arrives quietly, giving you one clear moment to choose yourself. I chose myself, and I never saw her again.